Hi, welcome back, and welcome to the start of a brand new series, Semajical Lore, the show where I'm going to explain to you the lore of my fictional universes. And I'm starting with the Toy World Saga, the biggest of the three fictional universes I'm currently working on crafting. This episode is to introduce the first series of the show, which is going to be for the Toy World Saga. Now, I'm going to be splitting this introductory episode into three categories. Because, for those who might not be in the know, you're going to need to know this. Well, first of all, three categories explaining what the universe is, how it works, and what inspired it. Okay, so those who aren't in the know, let's get on to the first category of this introduction now, which would be this. So, what is the Toy World Saga? Well, the Toy World Saga is a fictional universe on this channel made by yours truly using whatever toys I have at my disposal. So, yes, there are plush toys here, there are action figures and dolls. Mainly, those are the toys and pop vinyls. Mainly, those are the toys that I use to make the videos in this universe. But I am going to be adding a new area into it soon for puppets called Puppeton. So, okay. So, what about the areas inhabited by the other types of toys I've just listed for you? Well, we have Actionton, which is the city for where action figures live. Cuddlesmere, the town of Love and Care, that's where the plush toys live. Cuddlies. And then we have Popsmith, the home of the pop vinyls. And finally, Dollchester, the city of dolls. And yes, Popsmith is, of course, a city. Now, as I've just mentioned, the new area being added will be Puppeton. And that will be a town inhabited by puppets. I'm hoping of all kinds, but mainly hand puppets. You know, puppets you have on your hands and you control. We'll have to wait and see about the all types thing. That might not be doable. So that's what. Oh, and where is this set? Well, it's set on a fictional version of Earth. Okay. I should have said that in the beginning. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next category. Well, Now, I suppose you'll be wanting to know, how does it work? Well, what I mean by this is, how does it work in the sense and context of, does it follow a certain type of history? Well, actually, yes. It follows a fictional Earth timeline in which certain characters will be getting involved with certain periods of history. And so the dating system will follow the real world dating system. And for each area, there will be an origin story, followed by then a series of stories set in that area. And I plan on breaking the series up by history and area. So, you'll have to look out for the next episode to see what I plan to cover first. Now, this last thing that's going to need explanation is an important thing as well, because I'm sure you're going to want to know. Now, this is an interesting question. What inspired it? Well, first of all, it's a reboot of. I should have actually explained this in the What is the Toy World Saga section. I don't know why I didn't. It's a reboot of a universe of toy related shows I was doing on my old channel. Now, so the large part of the inspiration for this came from that. But other than that, what are the external inspirations for this universe? Well, to save me having to answer these questions down in the comments, I'll answer them here. Basically, the characters being used in this universe, most of them are, well, most of them are characters from famous works of fiction. So they'd be inspired by those characters, well, being those characters. So, The Muppet Show, Sonic the Hedgehog, Teletubbies, the Tweenies, the Disney Princesses, yeah, them, South Park, that's right. TOS TV, so mainly famous children's TV shows and one animated cartoon I'm a massive fan of. Now, here comes the biggest inspiration of all. I suppose you'll be wanting to know, what inspired me to start making videos using dolls as main characters? Well. I take it that many of you here on the platform are familiar with the channel, The Real Random Lozzie. yeah, there you go. I got inspired to start making doll videos from watching some of her doll videos. So yeah, thank you, Lozzie. You've been a real inspiration. A massive one, actually. And now for where the idea for the puppet series came from. You're familiar with Darren on here, of course, the Darren's Corner curator. It was his idea originally to start a series using puppets, and under the knowledge that I'm already doing an entire universe of shows using toys, he decided to let me have the series. And where the name Puppeton comes from, well, setting it in a town inhabited by puppets. Puppet Town, Puppeton. Yeah, so there you go. So there's two people I've shouted out here in this introduction video. So that's it for the introductions. That is it for me talking about the introduction. But for those who haven't seen one of the videos before, I'm going to now bring on one member of each of these communities to introduce themselves. So without further ado, I'd like you all to meet our representative from Cuddlesmere, Trixie. Hi everybody. It's lovely to meet you. Now, I'd like you to meet our representative from Dollchester, who is a member of their royalty, Princess Belle. It's lovely to meet you all, everybody. We welcome you to be our guests. And now, from the community of Actionton, I introduce you, or he introduces himself. Ta-dum! It's me, I'm Mario. Yeah, I think we might have to change that. It's nice to see you people. Hey, who took my pizza? And finally, from the community in Popsmouth, I introduce you to, or I bring down to introduce herself to you, Minerva McGonagall. Okay, calm down. Hello there. Now, for today's lesson, we introduce ourselves. I am Minerva McGonagall, and I welcome you. Now, guys, I said finally, didn't I? But what about a puppet to introduce you to? Well, that might not be doable at this point in time. I'll see if I can. No. Of course, I do have characters that don't belong in any of those communities, but you'll see them dotted around. We have down here the Woodleys. Now I'll just pick one of them up to Rose Woodley. Hello, folks. It's very lovely to be getting introduced here. Thank you, Rose. And yes, in that in this box here, we have the engines from Thomas and Friends. Let's bring out Henry. Hello, beep beep. It's nice to meet you, and we hope to see you for more adventures soon. Thank you, Henry. Now, I think that is it for the introduction to Semajical lore. There are, of course, other characters, but they'll be talked about in the upcoming episodes. Speaking of which, next time we actually start covering the lore of the Toy World Saga, and I'm going to first introduce you to the world of magic, aliens, and deities. Yeah. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a magical time.